You're watching the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand.
Salah to settle it in front of the Kop.
Yes, hello and welcome back to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. Liverpool 2, Leicester 1. This is your instant match reaction show of myself, AGT, and of course, Freestyle DM. Get your likes in now, people. Get your comments in, whether you're watching this live or not live. Get your comments in of what you thought of tonight's match at home to Leicester. Subscribe to the Kop TV if you haven't already, of course. But it's a win, Doyle. It's a win. It's 3 points. It's a decent way to round off the year. In 2022, not vintage Liverpool at all. A pretty poor game to watch, really. But the headlines are 2 own goals win us the game from Fet Weiss. And added to that, there's a lot of missed chances again, including Nunez, who now this season has missed 16 big chances, the most in the league. Second is Mo Salah. How do you react to that?
Fantastic. Nah, 3 points, 3 points. Like, that's what you've just got to take away from that game, because that performance was horrible, wasn't it? That was just dreadful from everybody. The passing was literally some of the worst I think I've ever seen any of some of the players do. Henderson lost the ball about 15 times, lad. It was just really frustrating and horrible to watch, if I'm honest with you. That game was. We got so lucky. It's unbelievable how lucky we got. That type of stuff doesn't happen. That poor player phase, well, mate, you go to bed crying tonight, because that's how unlucky can you get with that.
Yeah, get your thoughts in now, guys. Loads of you are sending them as Doyle has a little sip of his tea. I mean, we've won the game, but we haven't actually scored any goals, which is pretty unbelievable, really, when you think about how you can win a game without scoring and winning 2-1 at that. Let's start off with the fact that, again, Liverpool conceded first. A good finish from Dewsbury Hall slices that defence open. You could argue that maybe Van Dijk perhaps at fault for that first goal in terms of, you know, his area was the ball that was slid through. Do you think the worst when we go 1-0 down now?
It didn't even get sliced open. He literally ran in a straight line, lads, right down the middle in front of everybody. There was no finesse to it. It was just poor defending once again. People thinking that they're getting covered when they're not. It was like it was abysmal at points, lad. It really was. We conceded too many chances. It's ridiculous how many chances we scored. We got so lucky today. It's unbelievable. So when we went 1-0 down, to be honest, how many games have we went 1-0 down in, lads? It's been about,
So many.
you know what I mean? So I'm sort of getting used to that feeling. I thought we could potentially bring it back, but we just offered nothing. The only player that can hold us head high, really, in that game today,
Trent
and Thiago,
maybe, yeah.
Thiago, brilliant. But the
Even
rest
Thiago did give it away a couple of times. I think Trent did, Elliott did. The ball was zippy. Obviously, it's battering down with rain in Liverpool right now. That's not really an excuse. Your touch should be better. But when we go 1-0 down so early, so open as well, how we've conceded that goal, it is a worry. Like, we have got the 3 points. We should be happy about that. We've got Gakpo watching us in the stands, clapping us off the pitch, I can see right now. But the level of performance, if we played against a better team tonight, I genuinely do agree with Kay in the comments here. A better team, we get battered. Not battered, but I do think that we were very lucky. You mentioned it there, man. Like, so lucky to get 2 own goals.
Two of them. Mean, even the chance for Darwin, he should have scored it. He should have
scored. Hit the post.
He done the right thing where he dinked it over the keeper, but even so, it's still at the post, and it still had to have a nudge from somebody else to go in the back of the net. We just couldn't, it seems, to get any shots on target. There was one where Darwin again had the ball. He makes lovely movements, as we all know he does, world-class movement. But then he should have slotted Salah through on just a little knock to him. And then he decides to hit the go top corner. Another opportunity, 20 minutes before that or something. He's running down the wing. He chops it in, lad. And he's just got every angle to shoot. Shoot, lad. Shoot with your left foot. But he doesn't. He decides to wait and try and pass it to Salah, which then gets intercepted. And it's all a bit... It's just crazy, lad. I don't understand that decision making at the moment, and this team is stressing me out, lad. That was Anfield. That was Anfield.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say Leicester with a let's be honest, right? let's not stretch it to Leicester with a better footy team, because they weren't. We created more, wasn't great, but we did. And we dominated the ball. We did. We had most of the possession. We were playing good little bits of intervals. We were the better team, but we just won that game in a bizarre fashion that you don't really want to win it in. But we'll take it, lads. Do you know what I mean?
We'll take it, and we'll take that first goal. As the ball comes in, they showed it again at half time. You can clearly hear Danny Ward, the ex-Liverpool goalkeeper, say keepers. And Face just basically has a big swipe at it with his left foot. Very unlucky for him. I mean, to score an own goal like that. I mean, yes, you're in the wrong because the keeper said it's his ball. You leave it. If it's in the box and he says that, you trust that he can see more than what you can. So you leave it. You let him take it. But to have a swipe at it is one thing. Maybe it goes out for a corner. Maybe the keeper taps him on the back and says, "Look, I had that, but it's only a corner." But for it to loop over his head and hit the bar, the post, and go in. I mean,
that's just unlucky, lads.
That is unlucky. But then 10 minutes later to do it again.
That was stupid, that one. That wasn't unlucky, lad. That was just bad, poor decision making. He could have easily just took a touch with his knee and volleyed it out quite easily. But he just decided that he was going to try and knock it past the far post. It was his own goal, lad. So that one, I don't feel bad for him, but yeah, poor kid's not going to sleep tonight.
Did you hear the Kop shouting "shoot" at him when he had his own, when he had the ball right next to his own goal?
That was unbelievable.
So unlucky. We've seen, I think, 3 other players score 2 own goals in the game. One of them being Jamie Carragher against United in 1999. But Ali here in the comments reminding us that we scored 0 goals and still won the game. How positive can you be about this? Because yes, we've got the 3 points. That's an easy thing to say. But Nunez tonight, although he caused a lot of chaos, we need to see a goal from him. As you mentioned, not many great performances. Are you looking at more of the positives here, or are you slightly worried that performance was not up to it? And we've got to go now to a Brentford team who have just won tonight at West Ham as well.
That performance was 100% not up to it. I don't think the fans either had made much noise in the ground, lad. I was listening to it and it just felt depressing in Anfield. Everyone felt nervy and there's no atmosphere essentially. You could hear the Leicester fans more than you could hear us, which is never, ever, ever what I like to say, but you could hear them. We got super lucky today, lad. We just got to take what we can get at this point of the season. And if anything, the silver linings that I'm taking from the season and what we've seen so far is that we know where we need to invest. We know where we need to get the players in. So at least finding some of them coming up to summer might be a lot more easier prospect. I think we were heavily linked with Endo Fernandez, but how much is he getting bought for now? 102.
Yeah,
crazy mil.
Around that.
And I think there's a rumour flying around about Jude Bellingham that he could be bought for 60 mil. So in a mad release clause that he's got in his contract. If that happened, that'd be crazy. But I do feel like when you're seeing substitutes like Oxlade for Keita, that's telling that we really need to refresh that midfield. It's desperate at this point. We just can't keep going on with next season like this. We can't, lad.
Yeah,
we need a fresh few faces.
Violet Clown saying that the crowd sounded flat tonight.
Yeah,
we need a midfielder ASAP. Caicedo, January, Jude in the summer. That's a nice pipe dream there from Kay. And Trent, the best right back in the world. Let's talk about Trent, actually. He's being interviewed right now by the guys on Sky. No assists from Trent since the semi-final of the Champions League against Villarreal.
Wow.
That is a stat that we never thought we'd hear. I mean, that was in April, bro. We're talking a good 8 or 9 months here where we've not seen a Trent assist. That's unbelievable. Yeah. But defensively tonight, saved us a few times, got back. His reading of the game was good. The positional awareness where he got rid of that cross across the goal from Vardy. What did you think of his defensive performance tonight? Because we know how many times it gets highlighted.
It was solid. Absolutely one of the best defensive performances I've seen against a young Harvey Barnes, he was a good football player, lad, and he can beat a man one-on-one. He showed it time after time. He's got good positioning. He can slot a ball. He's got a good finish on him. Trent, lad, was solid. There was one particular one that I really liked. There was few, actually. One of them was Matip actually got done by Barnes, lad.
Yeah.
Popped it through his legs. Matip went flying on the floor. And Barnes looks to take it down the wing, and Trent just shepherds him, lad, and gets his left foot, his closest foot to the ball before he can even move. Takes the ball off him, shields it off. And then, obviously, the obvious one, lad, which we've seen, where he just intercepted 3 balls in a row. Did you see it towards the end of the game? 1, come back. 1, 2, come back. 3, gets on. He sees a potential through ball to Nunez on one of his clearances, pings it over to the top. Nunez does the thing, creates some chaos, lad. That was the one I was talking about. He should have scored, but Trent, lad, today, I don't think anyone could question his defensive performance at all. He was fantastic, lad. And I think he was all right going forward. Might not have registered any assists recently, which is absolutely mind-blowing because he's still in and around all that build-up play that you need to score goals. We've seen it for Aston Villa, didn't we, lad?
Yeah.
The first goal, that was, you call it a pre-assist, I guess. The assist before the assist. Trent doesn't make that pass, that goal doesn't happen, lad, you know what I mean? So, you can say what it wants about his assists. He's already been skyrocketing in other seasons, lad. He can take a break. He'll find it again, lad. He'll find it.
Just looking at some highlights of his performance here. The ball across the box from Vardy, slides that away, chests it down, ball in the box, which again is the own goal. So, like you said, if he doesn't make that cross, we don't score the goal. Another example here where he's gone down the right, crossing it in again. And he was always looking to put that early cross in the box, which is what he's famous to do. But defensively, up against Harvey Barnes, who can be a very quick, skillful customer, Trent sent him to the shops tonight on many occasions. And I hope it gets spoken about, actually, that Trent did play very well defensively tonight. Not often do we hear that sentence, but I was happy to see it tonight. Really solid, a solid 8 out of 10. We just need to see those assists, those shots, firing down on goal a bit more. A couple of words on the injuries tonight. So we saw Robertson go off. It didn't look good. It looked like an injury straight away. Something maybe in the calf or something that he felt. Maybe that's
his hip,
2 weeks.
His right hip.
Okay, maybe then you're looking at a slight spell out now. And obviously Harvey came off as well. Not what you want to see.
No, Harvey's one was quite a bad knock, you know, when I seen it, lad. I was like, oh, looked like I saw one, that one. And to be honest, I think Robbo, he had a poor game, and it could have been something to do with his hip. His mobility might have been affected all game, especially if it's that type area in your body, you know. It's just we can't be dealing with any more injuries. We've got so many of them. Who have we got right now that's out? Jota, Diaz.
Jota, Diaz. Well, obviously tonight Harvey and Robbo are out. To be fair, Curtis Jones is still out. There's a couple more. But yeah, not what you want, especially at this time of the season when games are coming thick and fast. Big up to Mac 10p. Big up to him. He's one of our own. He's one of our own. Wout Fayes. He's one of our own. Big up to P Mac. Let's talk slightly on Nunez. I mean, Carragher calls him Captain Chaos, and he does create chaos with his runs in behind, his runs diagonally, his runs from left to right. He's rapid as well. A couple of times he put the afterburners on to just go around, breeze round someone, play it back across the goal. I think you asked, was it you that asked me this earlier? Do you still think he's going to be a top player? Yeah, I do. I mean, and those stats must be right. He's now missed 16 big chances in the Premier League this season. I think Salah's got 12. Gabby Jesus has got 11 or something like that. So Darwin's out clear. Let's just say, imagine those 16 goals go in, plus the 9 he's got. We're talking about he's had 27 chances at least to score this season. You refine that a little bit over the summer after another big half of the season to come where we probably get another 10, hopefully. But you refine all that, Doyle. Are we looking at scrubbing down that rough diamond to make a gem and potentially seeing a player that can score 30 plus? I said it to you earlier. We played football earlier today and had a belter kebab after. But do you think, or can you see that there's some player in there? We just need to refine him a little bit.
There is definitely a player in there. I said that last time, didn't I? He adds value to our team without a shadow of a doubt. But that value doesn't come from the goals that he scores, essentially. It comes from the chaos that he creates. And he does create a lot of chances, but it's just, we know he has the ability to score some of the chances that fall to him. And I think, if I'm totally honest, lad, I think the whole team, whilst we're still scoring goals, We're not scoring as many as we used to. We're not converting as many chances as we used to. I think even today, Salah had a few chances, lad. One of them,
chances.
yeah, 1-on-1, and he done pretty much what Nunez, right foot, and missed it by quite a bit. Like, so, I think the focus on Nunez right now is really, really heavy. And he's getting man of the match performances. Like, people are rating him. People are seeing what he's got to offer. I think we've just got to have some faith. Like you said, if them numbers if they do get converted, that's a serious football player right there. That's insane, lad. I think we've got to lower our expectations, really, and genuinely try and see what we can build, how we can build a newer team. That's what we need, lad. It's not just Nunez. He's coming at a time of instability. It's not easy for him, lad. So we're not surging upwards anymore, lad. We're plateauing quite a lot. So he's going to have to help us build, and that's not going to be easy.
He gets himself in the right positions, doesn't he? There's no doubt about the fact that he can get in behind, he can hold it up, he can cut in from left to right, he can do all of that. It's just when you spend that much money, naturally there is going to be that extra pressure on you to score the goals and put the goals in the back of the net. And I just think when we do get him firing again, he is going to go on some run. I mean, Liverpool have won 4 games in a row now in the Premier League. He hasn't necessarily contributed that much in the last 2, but again, Welshie making a good comment here. Just wait till next season. We go back to Salah, who I do think deserves some criticism for his misses tonight. Can't just always criticize Nunez for not scoring. It's got to be Salah. He's got to bear some reality here as well in terms of him missing his chances tonight. But let's not forget about what we said about him in his first season. Scored 44, could have scored 70 with the chances he missed. Are we looking at another case of just settling Darwin in a little bit more to the point where he's not even looking at where the goal is, he's just firing them back in the net?
Well, I think what you just said there about Mo Salah, lad, he's a very special player, and I don't think we're going to get a goal scorer like that from Nunez. I don't think that's what his game is all about. So Mo Salah has tuned his game to be a finisher, not just running about and stuff, like a finisher. Darwin's strengths come from his physicality, and I think he'll continue to build on that. When he's got that ball and he's allowed to open his gate, he is gone, lad, and you're not catching him. That's something that I fully give him, lad. His work rate and his pace is phenomenal. What is needing refining is not necessarily just his finishing, it's decision making, because he gets in the final third so much. Sometimes just pull the trigger. Sometimes you need to pass, and he seems to make a lot of bad decisions, and I think that's where his bad finishing comes from, his lack of confidence in that decision-making process. Does that make sense? So, yes, give him to another season. He's only 22. He's still a kid. He's got plenty of time to improve, lad, without a shadow of a doubt. And we all seen our great manager, Klopp. What did he come out and say recently? Don't know if I necessarily agree with him, but he about everything that he's saying, but I can see similarities without a doubt. He's talking about Lewandowski and Nunez, and Lewandowski's positioning was fantastic. Like, he knew exactly where to be, but he missed a lot of chances in his first season. So just got to keep going with the young lad. He's trying, and he's trying.
Yeah, well, she says, guys, let him settle in. Trust me, next year he'll be unreal. Toby Larone saying every shot you miss, the goal gets a fraction bigger. I just think once he has that muscle memory, he'll be an absolute assassin. See, that's what I'm going for. That's the opinion that I've got when it comes to Darwin. Just keep feeding him them chances and he will become an assassin. I do believe that, and I'm definitely holding out on that. You guys got lucky with a win today. Absolutely.
Yes, we did.
We know that. Oxlade-Chamberlain, get out of my club. Now, I mean, that's a bit harsh, isn't it? He had a decent game. He's been a good servant to Liverpool for the last 5 years now, but I think instead of saying get out of my club, we all know that he is leaving in the summer when his contract runs out. Where he goes to, I don't know. But Gaines definitely not happy here. 2 OGs, Keita out as well.
Keita and Ox, right? They are definitely players that we need to move on. Keita's hardly played for us, and Ox has done what he can. He's one of our best midfielders before he got injured. He really was. That Champions League run that he was in was fantastic. Just unfortunate. Injuries really do ruin careers, and the team moved on too quickly for him, lad. And I did say earlier, Oxlade coming off for Keita was a prime example of why we need to upgrade our midfield. Not because they're terrible footballers and I hate them or whatever else, just because They just need upgrading, lads. We need some young, fresh lads coming in. Someone like Bellingham. That's what we need, lad. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, a lot of people in the comments saying how we need a midfielder. Looking at the defence tonight, obviously Van Dijk starts every game, but Matip didn't have the best night of his Liverpool career. Not to criticise him, I don't think he was that bad at all, but maybe a little bit lackadaisical when it came to seeing who was around him. I think Leicester got in a few times. And again, I just think all round we were lucky. Alisson didn't have much to do at all apart from pick the ball out of his net. And defensively, we just about did enough. I think when Vardy came on, I was worried when Vardy came on. I don't know about you, but they said he scored 10 goals in his career against Liverpool.
Yeah, he always loves a
He
goal.
loves getting in behind, hanging on that shoulder of the last man.
He loves a goal against us as well. Remember the one when he won the league? He scored 40 yards, screaming, volley or something mad. We got lucky altogether, lad.
Tonight.
It was. He wasn't great. He wasn't the best that we've seen him. I honestly think Matip's one of the best defenders in the league. And I'm not even saying that because he plays for Liverpool. He's just under the radar. He's fantastic. But the whole lot today were trash. They weren't very good. Hendo, I've never seen Hendo have such a bad game, mate.
Really?
He had such a poor game. And I never say that about him, but it's just every pass that he was doing seemed to mess up. It was like every other pass. Just, it is what it is, lads. We need a new midfield, and we need to get it going very, very quickly. As soon as we start in the summer, we need to look for people that we can get in straight away. I don't even know if we don't go for Bellingham. I don't know who we go for.
I mean, Caicedo's there, but do you want to pay that much for someone who's on $3,500 a week? Probably not. Big up to Honesty Hortensia, again sending in a super chat. Trent was defending out of his skin and how Tsimikas doing interviews so quickly. Yeah, well, he's the Greek scouser, isn't he, Honesty? So, he's got that on lock. But yeah, he came on for Robertson. Probably going to see Tsimikas play now again against Brentford. I heard that Ivan Toney got a pretty serious injury in that game, so I don't think he'll be playing against Liverpool, which is good for our point of view. Bad for him, obviously. But would you be happy to see Tsimikas have a bit of a run now in the team?
Yeah, absolutely, lad. Especially if Robbo's got an injury to his hip. We don't want to push him any further. We need to keep the players fit. Definitely stick him in there, lad. He does a good job when he's there. I think he come on and got a nutmeg straight away, which was lovely. He did. Yeah. So he's a good little player, Tsimikas. I think he gels with the team well. And if you looked at us when he come on, actually today, he was doing a lot of surge and runs as well. He was cutting in a lot, drifting in. He was doing well for himself. So I want to absolutely see him start. He brings a lot of energy to the team in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, 100%. No, I'm a massive fan of his, singing his name on stage after the FA Cup final when he won us that. Heirs of the Kop, what about this one for a good question, Doyle? Does anyone score from outside the box anymore? Is it the new balls, but you don't see 25-yarders?
No, you do. Absolutely do. I think even Telemans, he scores bangers. Ruben Neves never scores a goal in the box. It's all outside of the box, or every single one of his goals. Rodri, you see a lot of power slams for him as well, lads. There's a lot of players that score good outside the box goals. There's loads of them.
Scored one today at football.
Yeah, what's goal of the season or match of the day? And that's goal of the month and stuff. That's where you'll see them.
Mac 10p saying, haha, Ivan Toney defo had a score on him to pick up an injury. One last bet for the road. And his initials are actually Ivan Benjamin Evander Toney or something like that. I bet. Yeah.
He does.
What is the crack with him? He's definitely getting banned, right? But it's just
I don't know what it is.
He's been charged for like 300 accounts.
Yeah, I know a lot.
It's going to take them a while to go through all of those. Sorry, are we keeping you up, mate?
Is he going to be banned for years?
This is what I'm waiting to find out. Like, it's going to take them a while to go through all these documents, is it not?
Didn't Danny Sturridge not get banned for like 6 months or something crazy?
Yeah, that was when he went to Australia.
And he had like one offence, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at potentially a long ban.
Might end his career.
One or two slip-ups where I remember Kieran Trippier, when he went to Atletico from Tottenham, he told his mates to lump it on. That was his words. Lump it on, lads, on him going to Atleti. He got caught out. But I don't know. I think if you've got 300 charges, you're probably guilty in at least 50 of them, at least, if not all of them. And if the Sturridge is getting banned for 6 months for one or two, boy, I don't know. You could be looking at a life sentence.
Ending his career, yeah.
It could be the end of his career. And that's probably why he didn't go to the World Cup as well, when you think about it too.
Because he should have, because he was bloody brilliant. He's been bloody boss all season, and last season he was boss.
Yeah. Just looking at some of the stats from this game, 57% possession for Liverpool, 21 shots, 5 shots on target, 7 shots and 2 for Leicester, respectively. 4 corners. Leicester actually got 5, 8 fouls to 15. So when you look at the shots, 5 shots on target from 21 shots, that's quick maths. Every shot we have, every 4 shots we have, 1 is on target. And we've not even scored any goals in this game, really. We can't even count the 2 goals. So for every 4 shots, for only 1 of them to be going on target, we're talking about, getting those levels of conversion percentages up. We're not looking necessarily at the scoreline. We're thinking, well, how are we only having 5 shots on target from 21? That conversion is poor. Tonight it would be 0. It would literally be 0% conversion.
Yeah, it would, because FaZe scored a goal. It was our best striker today, lad. FaZe was literally our best striker. That's what that game was. Oh, we were tragic. Do you know when you sit down and you're like, yeah, put the game on, I can't wait for this. It's going to be like a nice little enjoyable game, And I just sat there and watched 90 minutes of drool, lad. But then the most exciting moments were the fact that they scored 2 own goals, lad, which is bizarre. You'll never see that again, lad. Or you might, but it'll be very, very rare.
How bizarre. How bizarre. No, you're right. Do you know what? Again, though, we have to have it in perspective. We have now won 4 Premier League games in a row. We are creeping back up to the top 4. We are putting wins on the board. We're chasing the people that we need to be chasing. It is a win. It is 3 points, but that was a horrible game to watch, if I'm honest. Big up again to Honesty for another super chat, really supporting the channel. Massive shout out to you, always doing so and helping out the firm. Is it me? But is Salah not playing great? Apart from the goals today, he was kind of dead. Nunez did more than him. It's starting to piss me off. I think Salah's had so many examples over his Liverpool career so far where he hasn't played well performance-wise, but still comes away with 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 goals. I think that was the only thing missing in his game tonight. Definitely should have scored with his right foot. Definitely should have had another one tonight. Another super chat from Honesty. Big up to you. €5 again. We need to be more like Dominic Toretto. Winning is winning. Absolutely. I don't actually know who that is. So let me send another super chat. I'm joking. I actually don't know. Dominic Toretto. Does anyone know who that is? Big up though. Who put a bet on for 2 own goals? There would have been quite the return if you did. A lot of on that for sure. Salah, and this is the other thing, right? We have to also include Salah in this criticism tonight that we have of not being able to finish our dinner. That chance that Nunez had where it rippled the top of the net when Salah put him in, I really think the good thing is they're both looking for each other, right?
Yeah, do you want to pass?
Getting the ball and looking for that other person. Nunez gets it. If he can't shoot, he's looking for Salah, and vice versa. So that's good. We want to see more of that, but we need to see them score.
It's just Salah for me still does the right decision making. He takes a shot when he says take the shot, and he passes when he should pass. Nunez doesn't know when to do either of them things. That's what it seems like with him right now. So we could have some decision making rubbing off onto Nunez. That would be great. And I feel like Salah is missing a lot more chances. It's just not the same play that we used to have, lads. We're not playing with Manny and Bobby anymore. It's completely different, lad. So they're both going to have to adapt. They 100% have to, because that's the team they're in right now. I can't wait to see Gakpo, and we definitely need him with Diaz and Jota out, lads, because this from 3 just look a bit mad. Can't explain it. It's just one game the boss, one game the not, one game the boss, one game the not. It's just on and off so much.
Yeah, consistently inconsistent, really, in terms of performance. Anyway, Brighton up next. I think we go to Chelsea after that, sandwiched in between a game at Anfield against Wolves in the FA Cup. Do you think that we should be looking to get 6 points across the next 2 games. If you actually look across at our next 5, I would say apart from the Chelsea game, they're all fairly winnable. I think Chelsea are winnable too, especially with how they're playing at the minute.
Brentford and Brighton away.
Games.
Brentford and Brighton away are not easy
Very
games.
tough.
Brentford
Very
has
tough.
boss support. They have Thomas Frank, who plays fantastic football. They're an energetic team with quality in the side. They wouldn't have stayed up without it. So, without a shadow, without some worry, what was the last season? It was 3-3 last season or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there we are, lads. It's not an easy game to go away to, and there's been plenty of big
But if
teams
there's
that
no
went there and
Ivan
lost.
Toney,
Doesn't matter, lad. Doesn't matter, lad. Did Darwin Nunez score last time against us? He never. I think it was Mbembe and Wisser. Yeah, lad, they've got threats everywhere. And the way we're playing at the moment, we're giving chances away. So, by no means, in any of these games, am I looking at going, we'll get 3 points. We've just got to play each game and see what we can get out of them and what Liverpool will turn up on the day. It's simple as that, really, lad.
Yeah, no, I agree. I have to agree. Well, there you go. Liverpool 2, Leicester 1 in the end. Keep your comments coming in, guys. A big win, one we needed, one we wanted before the start of the game. A good way to end off the year at Anfield 2022. It's been an incredible year. Just a quick word on the year, Doyle. From January to now, I mean, the roller coaster of emotions that we've gone through in the first 6 months of the year, considering bringing Diaz in, having that real go at the league, having a massive run on the Champions League, winning 2 trophies. How do you sum up 2022 as a Liverpool fan? How's it been for us? Because it's been, considering the World Cups happened, considering, you know, there's been games abandoned due to the Queen's passing. It's just been a mad year, hasn't it?
It's been wonderful frustration, lads. That's what it's been the whole season.
Good selection of words. We've
been absolutely close to glory, and it's drove us to support the team passionately, and we've loved it. But we've also tasted a lot of despair, lad. A whole big cup of it. So it's just been a truly football year. That's what football is. You can't win more. But we did win some. Wonderful.
Not as wonderful it could have been. It could have been the best year ever in history.
Wonderfully frustrating, lads.
A Liverpool fan, it could have been.
Yeah,
we were 2 games away from having the best year ever. Really.
Yeah.
Massive shout out again to Honesty Hortensia, sending in $20 this time. This is unbelievable. Fast and Furious, after his race with Paul Walker, Brian O'Connor, Paul Walker tells him, "I almost got you." And Vin Diesel's response is, "It doesn't matter if you win by 1 inch or a mile. Winning is winning." I rate it. Thank you for the reference. You've actually enlightened me there because I had no idea what you were talking about. But yeah, Fast and Furious. Yeah, I think P Mac got that in the comments as well. Actually,
that's who it is. Vin Diesel.
Yeah, big up, man.
Family.
P Mac saying, "Honestly, lads, you're going to get me on a Fast and Furious binge now. There's enough to watch. There's about 98 Fast and Furiouses, isn't there?
Yeah.
And we still should have beaten Madrid in that Champions League final. It won't go away. The pain is still there. 2022, unbelievable. Big respect to Woutfest tonight, Skyjacker. 2022 is unbelievable for the channel, for yourself, Doyle, for me as well. More to come in 2023, really. All we do is carry on what we've been doing, but scale it up, make it bigger, better, higher production levels, higher quality. And I'm not just talking about myself. This is you as well, doing what you're doing. And let's just hope, whilst we're both doing that Liverpool can win a few games along the way as well.
Please.
Yeah, absolutely. Big up to everyone involved in the show tonight. Don't forget, we've still got fan cams coming out within the next hour. Mario has been doing them outside Anfield for you. So make sure you go over and watch those when you finish this video. Tomorrow, I will be on DR Sports. The Saturday football show is back for the first time in about 6 weeks. Really looking forward to that. And then, what day is it today? Is it Saturday? Is it Friday? It's Friday, isn't it? And then Sunday, I guess I could jump on and do a little stream, and then back to Hot Topics on Tuesday. And a big game, obviously, against Brentford on Monday. So there you go. It's coming thick and fast, but we have secured that win to take us into 2023. Big up to 10 Mac 10p, says the Kop TV is the bee's knees. Peace out, Reds. Happy New Year as well
Love
to
you,
every
lad.
single person who I was going to say to every single person who's celebrating New Year. I realized it wasn't necessarily a religious festival. It was just a thing that happens that everyone celebrates. So, yeah, make sure you have a great New Year. Make sure you enjoy the rest of this year. And make sure you make a like on the video, comment, and subscribe to the Kop TV if you haven't already. Right, Doyle, big win in the end, 3 points. Poor performance, but we'll take it. See you
Absolutely.
in 2023. Take care.
Thanks for watching the video, guys. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stands, for a lot more Liverpool content.
Remember to check out our Shopify store for this beauty and much more. It's the new Luchito's Way Diaz t-shirt based on Luis Diaz and Carlito's Way. It's out now, designed by Rubi.
And there's going to be so many more.
There is. Make sure you're involved. Go and buy this now and use the Kop TV 15